What if I told you that your emotions are the very reason you're stuck? Not your job, not your girlfriend, not your past. It's your reaction to all of it. You've been trained to feel everything, every insult, every failure, every little loss. Society told you to be in touch with your emotions, but it never told you how to master them. And that's the problem, because what you can't control controls you. You get angry because someone didn't text back. You feel worthless because your boss ignored you. You spiral for hours because a stranger online said you're average. That's not strength. That's not masculinity. That's slavery to emotion. Let me be brutally honest. You won't survive this world as a man if your mood can be hijacked that easily. The modern man is overstimulated, scrolling for hours, dopamine fried, triggered by pixels and opinions. And deep down, he knows he's becoming weaker. But Stoics win because they flip the script. They don't suppress emotion. They command it. They use their feelings the way a general uses troops, not to react, but to conquer. Every day you wake up, you're already at war, not with the world, but with your mind, with the weakness that whispers, just 5 more minutes, skip the gym, react, explode, break down. That voice, it wants you soft, it wants you reactive, it wants you average. You think you're choosing peace when you avoid discomfort. You're not. You're choosing decay. Stoicism doesn't say, don't feel. It says feel it, but don't obey it. Feel the anger and sit in it. Feel the sadness and don't run. Feel the chaos and stand still. Because the man who doesn't flinch wins. They want you to believe that silence means weakness, that calm is passive, that if you don't lash out, you're scared. But true power is control under pressure. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." That strength isn't loud. It's not in yelling. It's in not needing to. It's in taking the hit and not letting it define you. This is what separates the man who reacts from the man who rises. Here's the truth most men don't want to hear. Every time you explode, every time you overthink, every time you let your emotions run wild, you're proving you're not in control. You're exposing your weakness to the world, and worse, to yourself. A Stoic doesn't avoid emotion. He simply refuses to let it dictate his actions. He watches the storm and waits, because reaction is weakness. Response is power. How many men ruin their lives with a single outburst? How many men destroy relationships, careers, even themselves, because they felt something and couldn't hold it? You call that strength? You call that freedom? It's not. It's a man ruled by impulse. A man who's still a boy, just louder. You think you're being real when you yell, when you lash out. But real power is quiet. It's a man who can be disrespected and still decide what comes next. That's not weakness. That's strategy. They want you to be soft. They want you triggered. They want your feelings exposed so they can manipulate you. And the moment you take the bait, you lose. But when you master stillness, when your mind becomes a fortress, no one can shake you. Not their words, not their games, not even your own fear. Because you've stopped being a slave and started becoming a weapon. Most people hear the word emotionless, and they picture a cold, dead man. Someone who doesn't smile, someone who doesn't feel joy, someone hollow. They don't understand. Being emotionless doesn't mean you feel nothing. It means your emotions serve you, not the other way around. It means you feel pain and use it as fuel. It means you feel fear and still move forward. It means you feel anger, but choose not to explode. That's power. That's presence. That's discipline. They want you loud and chaotic because that's easy to predict. But a silent man, a calm man, he's dangerous because no one knows what he's thinking. And that makes weak people tremble. The Stoics weren't lifeless statues. They laughed, they loved, but they commanded their state. They didn't let the outside world dictate their inner one. When someone insults you and you don't flinch, you win. When life falls apart and you keep walking, you win. When you look chaos in the eye and don't break, you win. And eventually, you stop chasing peace because you become it. The man who needs nothing can't be broken. Your emotions don't just appear out of nowhere. They're triggered by words, by memories, by patterns. The problem is, most men never take the time to identify them, so they stay reactive, unaware, controlled. He said something disrespectful. You explode. She didn't reply for 3 hours. You spiral. You lost a client. You lose your mind. That's not emotional intelligence. That's emotional slavery. A Stoic maps his triggers. He tracks what sets him off, and then he disarms it. He observes the fire without stepping into it. You want to be free? Start studying the moments where you lose control. Write them down. Find the pattern. Break the loop. Because once you see the chain, you can snap it. They want you impulsive. They want you predictable. But you're building something different. You're training your mind to be the eye of the storm. So the next time someone tries to get a rise out of you, you won't flinch. You'll smile. Because while they're wasting energy, you're building discipline. And discipline is freedom. You care too much. That's your problem. You care what they think. You care if they like you. You care if you're misunderstood. And that's exactly why they can break you. The more you care about the opinions of the weak, the weaker you become. Every man who wants peace of mind must develop one critical skill: detached focus. It means you show up, you give your best, but you detach from the outcome. You don't beg, you don't chase, you don't crumble. You do your part, and let the rest burn if it must. The modern man is addicted to validation. He needs likes, he needs praise, he needs someone to say, "Good job." Detach from all of it. Detach from approval. Detach from being liked. Detach from winning every argument. A Stoic does not serve his ego. He serves his mission. That's why he walks away when others fight to be right. That's why he stays quiet when others scream. That's why he sleeps peacefully when the world burns. Because he knows this truth. The man who can walk away from everything owns everything. You've been lied to. They told you pain is something to avoid, to numb, to run from. But pain is the doorway. It's the fire that forges the frame. And the man who avoids it stays soft. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." That's because most men don't feel pain, they fear it. They build walls, distractions, addictions to escape the truth that pain has a message. You lost her? Good. Now become the man you were supposed to be. You failed? Perfect. Now build what can't collapse again. You're tired, heartbroken, overlooked? Use it. Let the silence shape your discipline. Let the darkness refine your vision. Stoicism isn't about feeling nothing. It's about knowing what to do with what you feel. Pain isn't your enemy. Comfort is. You'll never grow in peace. You'll never sharpen your edge in comfort. You'll never earn respect if you're always seeking safety. So let it hurt. Let it sting. Let it change you. Because when you come out the other side, you won't be the same. You'll be colder, stronger, clearer. Every man has two choices: feel everything and be controlled by it, or master everything and become unshakable. And that path, the Stoic path, is not easy. It's lonely, it's brutal, but it's real. You'll have to walk through fire with no applause. You'll have to stay calm when everything inside you screams. You'll have to become colder so your mind stays sharper. And most won't get it. They'll call you heartless, emotionless, unreachable. Good. That means you're doing it right. Because while they feel everything and break, you'll feel everything and build. You'll respond with clarity. You'll move with purpose. You'll speak with weight. The man who doesn't flinch. The man who doesn't beg. The man who doesn't need external peace. He becomes the source of it. And when chaos comes knocking, he doesn't hide. He opens the door. He steps into the storm. And he doesn't blink. Because he's no longer ruled by emotion. He commands it. If you're still here, then you're not like most. You're not weak. You're not lost. You're dangerous. And you're just getting started. So if you're building that fire inside you, if you're done being reactive and ready to become forged, write Soul Warrior in the comments.
The fire inside you was never meant to destroy. It was meant to forge.